Why hello there, it's VideogamerAngel. I know my name's a bit of a mouthful, so you can shorten it to VGA, like the cable, or the award show by the Dorito Pope himself. I also go by VCR Riot on Newgrounds, so there's that too. Anyways, as you can see from the title, my channel's finally reached 1,000 subscribers. I even got a cute little email from YouTube congratulating me on the whole thing, which is all thanks to a little scene from Invader Zim. You know the one, but we'll get to that later. So I figured, what better way to celebrate this milestone than to record myself drawing some fan art. The fan art in question is Gur enjoying some pizza. And you know who else enjoys pizza? Hatsune Miku. They both like pizza. Miku's birthday was a few days ago, and I'm a sucker for crossovers, so why not? That was a brief glimpse of what goes through my mind when I come up with ideas. It's a pretty scary thing, and I won't apologize, but you do have my sympathy. Full disclosure, I'm still new to the whole digital art thing, so you'll be seeing me fiddling with the settings a lot. And funny enough, knowing that I was being recorded added a lot more stress than I was expecting. But I got over it. Eventually. So yeah, 1,000 subs, and not of the sandwich variety or the lewd variety. But we're not here to kink shame. This is a judgment-free zone, even though I enabled the like and dislike feature, which technically is judgment, but don't worry about it. So, as many of you know, the reason why you're seeing this video now is because of the
Not scientifically possible
video. And honestly, I'm still shocked it took off as much as it did, and people subscribed to me for it. Like, immediately after I finished watching the movie, I looked up to see if someone already uploaded the scene, and to my surprise, nothing popped up on YouTube or Google. And then I thought, that's
not scientifically possible!
Yeah, I know, but it happened. So I went ahead and did it myself. The scene was only 13 seconds, and I don't monetize my videos, so why not? I'll probably get a few hundred views and a handful of comments, so it'll be fun to look back on. And then the notifications popped up. And then the emails came. And it didn't stop. You see, I've been running a small channel for a good 12 years now, and I was not used to that kind of traffic. I had to go through a lot of options I didn't even know about just to control the constant barrage of emails about comments and subscribers. And because my videos typically don't get that many views, I have comments set to approval only mode so I can get a notification whenever someone types something. But I had to turn that off for the Invader Zim video because people were leaving comments faster than I can approve. Another thing I should mention is that YouTube actually has a likely spam tab that filters comments that have already been made before, either in the video itself or in other videos. Which is funny considering that most meme comments are just edited reposts of other comments. So if that gets flagged on my screen, I'm curious if YouTube lets the commenter know about it too. The comments themselves were super interesting. The whole page is like a snapshot of the internet humor we enjoy these days. I mean, sure, some were mean-spirited or politically charged, but that's part of the internet experience. Reading through the comments gave me a glimpse of the general attitude people had with the world. It's like a zeitgeist, but with memes. But I guess memes are zeitgeist? I don't know, I'm not a German philosopher from the 19th century. Anyways, it was a shock to the system. I mean, with all the new attention, I had to go through my channel and tidy up the front page so my old videos don't clog up half the screen. Because back then I recorded footage using a cheap VCR capture card, and it definitely shows. It was nostalgic seeing how far I've come from those days, and it gave me a good laugh knowing that a lot of people were coming into my channel while I'm in the middle of a Deadly Premonition playthrough. I love that game with all my heart, and it truly is a masterpiece, but even I have to admit that's a weird game to be stumbling into. Now, it's even more awkward on my part because they just announced the sequel for it, and the whole reason why I wanted to record a playthrough in the first place was to remove the new cutscenes and the cliffhanger ending. So, I'm still gonna go through with the playthrough, but I still can't believe the timing of it all. And you may be wondering why I'm even going through all this trouble, and it's because Deadly Premonition is that special to me, ever since I played it on the original Xbox 360. It's a game that has everything riding against it. The graphics are outdated, the animations are janky, and the music timing is outrageously campy. But somehow it's still a masterpiece. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience that will never be replicated. Until the second game. Hopefully. If anything, Deadly Premonition shows that game companies don't need millions of dollars to craft unforgettable experiences. Truly, Deadly Premonition is the greatest underdog story next to Rocky. But I digress. You're probably thinking, with this huge boost in subscribers, aren't you feeling stressed that your next videos won't reach jillion views? Nope. And it's all thanks to my previous experience with my old Tumblr account. You see, back when I still used Tumblr, I actually managed to get, no joke, over 9,000 followers. Granted, 99% of those were probably spam bots, thanks for that Tumblr, but still. I got my first experience with a follower rush back then, and it was with a Watamode post, actually. And, as you know, I do have Tomoko as my profile picture and background picture that's drawn by me. So it stands to reason that Tomoko is my favorite anime character of all time, no questions asked, no fucks given. But like I was saying, back then, I felt that stress of trying to one-up myself, and I always ended up disappointed with the results. And that's how they get you. A lot of people don't realize that they're handcuffed to the algorithm. Unless you already have a huge following, there is no guarantee that people will see your content unless they specifically search for it. And then there's the problem with quantity over quality. If you're just forcing yourself to make content just to rack up huge numbers, both you and your channel will suffer. You'll be so focused on the numbers that you'll forget you're dealing with human beings and not values on a spreadsheet. You'll be so wrapped up in the business of it all, you won't have time for genuine passion or creativity. And that's terrifying. Thankfully, I didn't have a meltdown on Tumblr. They already did that on their own. But still, I felt dread. I felt the sensible. But you know, I don't stress about it now. Am I bothered that I have all these new subscribers because of a meme video? No, not at all. If anything, this pushes me to work harder on my own stuff. I mean, I started this channel to work on animations, and all I had at the time was MS Paint and Movie Maker. Once I get my art skills back up, I'll be returning to animation, and I look forward to the day that someone will make a meme video from me that gives them a shit ton of subscribers. But until that day comes, here's Deadly Premonition. But yeah, where do we go from here? Well, Deadly Premonition is going to continue, but I'll now be alternating it with a new series that I'm announcing here, Man of Medan. And I probably butchered the pronunciation. From the same folks who made Until Dawn. So we'll be going back and forth between horror games, and it's not even October. I'm fine with that. I also have a Sleeping Dogs video in the works. That's basically a compilation of all the glitches and random stuff I experience. Here's a sneak peek of that.
What's the situation?
I'm also thinking about updating my channel trailer now that I have better recording equipment and more games, but I still love that video, even after all these years, so that can wait. I do have a few series that I want to come back to. The first being Messing with Melee, which is a compilation of melee moves you can do in a specific game. The two videos I have for it are in desperate need of an HD remaster. And the other series is Messing with Medleys, which is a playthrough of a level in one take with no sound effects and just the music. And with the debut of this video, don't be surprised to see some art videos in the horizon. Think of it like an art journal that you can watch to see my art skills evolve. This is all just a work in progress for me to get back into animation, so that's a pretty big prize waiting ahead. I don't do commentary often, but when I do, I prefer to have a tag team partner, so expect some guests to drop by some videos in the future. So yeah, with the video wrapping up and the drawing finished, I'll leave you with some life advice. Number 1. Your sense of humor and reaction speed to QuickTime events is directly tied to how much sleep you get, so try to get as much of it as you can and keep it regular. Number 2. Never sell your original video games or movies. A lot of HD remasters / remakes remove bonus content or add censorship. And last but not least, number 3, it's never too late to start adding experience points into a new skill. There's plenty of videos online that can teach you for free. The most important thing is to explore different videos of the same topic and find a method that works for you. Even if you don't use a certain technique, being aware of it will give you options in the future in case you do need it. And of course, you gotta enjoy the process. Life is about studying. If you've watched Golden Boy, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you don't know what Golden Boy is, or you're too young to know what Golden Boy is, I don't recommend that you watch it yet. It's pretty mature and lewd, but I can't stop you from watching it. I mean, I watched some pretty mature stuff at a young age. Invader Zim, Billy and Mandy, Courage the Cowardly Dog, and I turned out okay. And then I watched Adult Swim.